Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Kara Adams, your host for IUS TV Sports Before the Basket. I'm joined by Audrey Hausberger and Brianna Ballog. Ladies, thanks so much for coming on. How are you all today?
Thanks for having us. I'm doing great.
Doing good. Thanks for having us, Kara.
Of course. Let's get right into it. So the Big Ten tournament has begun, and IU will take on Michigan State tomorrow. Let's go right into it and go back to one of IU's 2 losses this year. Way back in December, Michigan State handed the Hoosiers one of their only 2 losses this season. Let's take a look at how it went down. Michigan State with the early lead here, but Sydney Parrish drains the 3 to keep the Hoosiers in the game. Third quarter here, Michigan State with the steal and fast transition to get up the court. Great ball movement by all the Spartans to get it to Dee Hagman, who drains the 3 to extend the Spartans' lead to 5. IU still down, but Mackenzie Holmes with the basket and 1 to keep the Hoosiers in this game. About a minute and a half to go, IU still down, but this connection with Yarzan and Holmes to keep it within 4. Yet, simply not enough time for the Hoosiers to get back in this game, and Michigan State wins it 83-78. So a lot of things went wrong for the Hoosiers in this game. Just turnovers, no Graceberger, but given that IU's had really bounced back from that loss earlier this season, how do you think they've grown since that Michigan State game? Audrey?
Well, you just said it. They had 21 turnovers in that game, which is very uncharacteristic of Indiana's team, and Terry Morton harps on it over and over again that they want to stay under 13, and I think they have become more responsible with the ball as the season goes on. If you look at the last 5 games that they had, they've all been under 15 turnovers, so I feel like they've kind of just taken more care of the ball as the season went on.
Right, and Kara, as you mentioned, no Graceberger, and she kind of helps the Hoosiers get into the groove with her ball handling skills. And if you look back, obviously this was their one loss before. They just recently lost to Iowa on Sunday, and I think they've grown. They've become more disciplined, and with new players like Parrish, Scalia, and Garzone, they kind of had to find their groove in with the Hoosiers, and I think now that they have this great team chemistry.
So assuming IU gets that win against Michigan State, they've got a tough road ahead to win the Big Ten tournament. So which team scares you the most? Michigan, Iowa, Maryland?
I'm going to say Maryland for me. I think Diamond Miller is just a beast down low, both defensively and offensively. She gives Maryland great energy. She's aggressive. She's really hard to stop on both ends of the ball. And then Maryland as a team has had 6 wins against ranked teams this season, and they play exceptionally well on the road. I think they've only lost 2 games on the road the entire season. So they're used to that pressure. They're used to not having a home environment. And they have really good players, so they make me a little nervous.
Yeah.
Well, I was torn between Maryland and Iowa, but I'm going to go with Iowa on this one. After Sunday's game, Caitlin Clark scares me. After hitting that 3 at the buzzer, I mean, Indiana just has to find a way to slow Clark down. And obviously we know her and Cesano kind of lead the way with the Hawkeyes, and I think obviously they're not going to stop Clark because she's just such a great player. They're not going to stop her, but they need to find a way to just slow her down and stop letting her get those open shots.
Yeah. Well, whoever IU has to play, it's going to be a tough one, but they've beaten those teams before, so not that they can't do it again. But that's going to do it for our show today. For our crew of Andrew Briggs and Evan Kamiko, as well as the talented Brianna Ballog and Audrey Hausberger, I'm Kara Adams. Thank you so much for tuning in to Before the Basket. Indiana's been dominant so far in the Big Ten, so can they continue it this weekend in the tournament? Be sure to follow it along with Brianna and Audrey's coverage this whole weekend to find out.